Hey guys, hope you all are doing awesome. Welcome back to B&B Lessons. This is episode, don't know if you can read it, number 3. It is the first solo lesson. Me and Brayden have done the past 2. We actually made those pretty close to each other. So this is the first video we made in probably 2 weeks. This week is my week, next week is his week. And yeah, welcome back to the lessons. Today's topic won't be that long, but it's something that I've been kind of thinking about for the past few weeks. So today's title, as you already know, is God's strength in our weakness. The first thing I want to talk about is how culture sees weakness. So really, people don't want to be weak. People want to be strong. People think they are strong a lot of the time too. We want to be strong. We want other people to think of us as strong, as very Christian people, as very holy, godly, but in reality, we're all just as broken as everyone else. The important thing is that we shouldn't boast in our strengths, we should be boasting in our weaknesses, because God makes good things out of weakness. Out of our weakness, God makes great things happen. The thing I want to talk about is we must embrace our weakness. Try to avoid the weaknesses we have with other people. We try and just kind of mask it. We feel like we don't have it, even when we are going through things we just don't want to be going through. Sometimes we see that as a very negative thing, but really it can be an extremely positive thing in our lives if we take it on the way God wants us to. We go through suffering, we are not capable of dealing with it by ourselves. We are not strong enough. We are weak. And so our inability to cope with our weaknesses makes God's power even more evident in our own lives. When we go through hard things, when we're faced with trials and people wonder, how could you have gotten through that? Well, everything we go through is with God on our side. He is strong and He helps us in our time of need. We're not alone in our fights, and that's why it is a good thing that He is strong even when we are weak. Sometimes we face adversity in the world and we go to things that are not godly, that are, not specifically secular, just things that are desires of the flesh that aren't God's will, and we go to those things in search for hope. I think everyone's really searching for hope, but when we finally realize that none of those things really provide hope, that makes us realize that God is hope, that He is our strength, that nothing else can be our anchor. And so those adversaries, those trials, those weaknesses that come upon us are good things, because it helps us realize that no one else, nothing else can help us except for Jesus. So one more thing to say is we can't completely be used for God's kingdom until we completely surrender our weaknesses to Him, until we give Him our circumstances, until we surrender and just say, I can't do it on my own. I am weak, but You are strong and You make me strong. I cannot do this alone. When we really surrender to Him, when we get on our knees, when we just let Him have it, let Him lead us, then He can lift us up and make something great of us. And so the last thing I want to finish with is just a Bible verse. You probably all heard it. It's from 2 Corinthians, and it says, that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. I hope you all liked the video. I know it wasn't that long. I just had a couple things to say, and I'll see you next week.